In today's video, we have the new Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic versus 2-year-old Samsung Galaxy 4 Classic. They're very similar devices, kind of utilizing the same UI. What are the similarities? What are the differences? And should you upgrade? Let's go ahead and get right into it. So real quick, the similarities between the two, they are both going to come with a stainless steel build, so they're both relatively hefty as far as weight. They have the same kind of buttons on the side as well, and the same heart rate tracking and GPS is going to be working kind of similar between the two as far as fitness functionality is concerned. With the update, you are going to be able to use Google Wear OS 4 with Samsung One UI 5 built on top, so as far as the UI is concerned, they're going to be working pretty much exactly the same. They both can utilize the same exact straps, 20 millimeters. I actually have the 6 strap on the old 4, no problem whatsoever. They both have the same internal storage of 16 gigabytes. I can't believe they still haven't improved the internal storage on the 6 yet, but it's still the same 16 gigabytes. And they both have the same water resistance as well. I've gone on multiple swims with these guys, no problems whatsoever. And of course, they have the same type of rotating bezel, but the bezel is a little different between the two. And they're both going to have NFC payment built in. Let's get into the differences now. They are a little bit different as far as sizing is concerned. There's going to be a 43 millimeter and a 47 millimeter on the 6 Classic, where the 4 Classic is going to have a 42 millimeter and a 46 millimeter. So the 4 Classic is a little slimmer in that regard. As far as screen size is concerned, they both have a Super AMOLED display. The smaller versions of both the 4 Classic is going to have a 1.2 inch, where the 6 Classic is going to have a 1.3 inch. The larger size on the 4 Classic has a 1.4 inch, where the bigger size is a 1.3 inch. And not only that, it has double the screen brightness as well, 2000 nits on the 6 Classic, where it's only 1000 nits on the 4 Classic. With that screen size, the bezel itself is a little thicker on the 4 Classic and a little slimmer on the 6 Classic. I mean, I do like both bezels, so it really counts personal preference on your regard, but of course with the smaller bezel you do get the bigger screen, and you do see that. You are going to be getting the Exynos 930 chip on the new 6 Classic, where it is the older 920 on the 4 Classic. They say it's only really an 18% difference in performance, but you do get 2 gigabytes of RAM on this one, where you're going to only get 1.5 gigabytes of RAM on the 4 Classic. Bluetooth is a little bit different. You get 5.3 on the 6 Classic, where it's only 5.0 on the 4 Classic. You do actually get a new temperature sensor on the 6 Classic, where you do not get the temperature sensor on the 4 Classic. It's not really that big of a deal for me, to be perfectly honest. And as far as weight is concerned, the 6 Classic is going to come in at about 7 grams heavier than the 4 Classic does count on the actual sizing of it, but basically the same sizing is about a 7-gram difference. And yes, you can feel it, but it's kind of minimal. And the screen itself, it does come with a sapphire crystal on the 6 Classic, where it is Corning Gorilla Glass DX on the 4 Classic. I mean, I didn't have any problems actually with scratches on the 4 Classic, but there is a little bit extra peace of mind with the sapphire glass on the 6 Classic. And as far as battery life is concerned, the bigger version of the Galaxy 4 Classic does have a 361 milliamp hour battery, where the bigger version of the 6 Classic does have a 425 milliamp hour battery. So that should also, with the better processor, give you a little bit better of battery life, but to be perfectly honest, the best thing about it is the faster charging on the 6 Classic. You do have a slower charging on the 4 Classic, so if you are looking to do those little bit of top-ups, it's going to take a lot longer. It's actually twice as fast on the 6 Classic as it was on the 4 Classic. But if you are just charging it overnight, you're really not going to see a difference as far as the charging is concerned. Now let's get into pricing. So of course the new 6 Classic is going to be $399, and it's extra $30 for the bigger variant, so $429. And if you do want to trade in the old 4 Classic, it is a $200 trade-in, which I think is huge. I did trade this in to go with the 6 Classic, but as far as the 4 Classic is concerned, it's really only about $30 to $40 less on Samsung's website, where on Amazon you could probably find it new for around $220, $250. So $250 is a very good price. That's almost half the price of the 6 Classic. But If you are going to be buying it new off the Samsung website, there's no question you should be getting the 6 Classic. But if you are looking between the two, and as far as Amazon is concerned, the 4 Classic is a good buy at about $250. But remember, you're only going to get about 2 more years of updates built in with it, where you get a full 4 years of updates with the 6 Classic since it is newer. So as far as future proofing is concerned, you're going to have a bigger screen, you're going to have better RAM, you're going to have a better processor, and overall some extra features here and there that the 6 Classic does make it a little bit better. But if you are looking at the 4 Classic, you will not be disappointed at all. It's still a great watch, but I just wouldn't buy it off of Samsung's website. And if you're looking for some good bands, the new fabric bands aren't that bad, but I'm a big fan of Straps Company. I've utilized a lot of their bands, and you can go ahead and utilize those links down below for that. And if you're looking to purchase any of these watches, I will be posting some links down below. If you're going to be utilizing those links, a little bit of that purchase is going to help me grow my channel. But as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, stay positive. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.